Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little patch. I'm sorry that there's sort of a glare, but out of a, I think it's a file that you can buy for about $1.80 or something like that. So a friend and I like to go bird watching, and you can see I have one of my shirts on that I made with sublimation here. But we like to go bird watching, and in her vest, we bought matching vests, and in her vest, she had some dog treats one day, and she left them in there and forgot about them, and her dog smelled them and found them and ripped a hole in her pocket. So I made her this patch to go with it. So today in Embrilliance, I'm going to show you how to get rid of all the extra junk that was around this design. The design's gorgeous, but not for my purposes. And then I also put BBB because we call each other our best birding buddy. And I put the date of, 20th year of 23. So anyway, I'm going to start and show you how to do this in Embrilliance. Follow me. Okay, you can see on my screen here, this is where I got the image. And right now it was $6, but it's on sale for $1.80. So you download the zip files by clicking right there, and they're right up here above. Then I double click on that to open it. And look at all these files. Now, I could change this to type right here and just grab the ones that are the PES files if I'd like. But what I think I'll do is I'll just delete some of these other ones. So I clicked on this VIP file because I don't need the VIP, went down to the bottom, held down my shift key, grabbed all those and deleted them. Yeah, I'm going to permanently delete them. I'm also going to permanently delete the Jeff files and the DST files. Hit and delete. Yes. So I'll just leave the rest of this stuff for now, and I'll say, need to stretch this out some. There we go. Extract all, and it's going to put them into this folder. And there they are. And if I right click on mine and I say view, I can view extra large icons, and then I can see exactly what they look like. So this is the one that I used, I believe. So I can double click on it. Well, let's see, that one's 5.9 inches by 5.9. This one's 3.9 by 3.9. This one's so I'm thinking I probably used this one, the 3.9 by 3.9. So I'm going to double click on it to open it. And notice it's going to open it automatically for me in Embrilliance. Whoopsie, except for I had this in the way. Okay, that looks like that must be it, because the whole thing, if you'll notice, with all these little doodads that I do not want, because I'm going to make this into a patch, it will fit in my 4x4 hoop. So now I'm going to show you what to do next. When I come over here in the Objects panel, I click this little plus. It shows everything that makes up this design. And by the way, someone had asked me a question in the comments of one of my prior videos of how can I get rid of some stuff that's in a file that I don't want. Well, I'm going to show you that right now, and it involves using the Stitch Simulator, this little needle guy. Okay, so here we have it again, and I'm going to click on the little needle that opens up the Stitch Simulator. And if you'll notice, I can drag this little box right here all the way across, and it's going to show me how it's going to stitch out. And eventually it's going to come to these white things here that I don't want. So how can I get rid of them? Well, I'll go back here to, I'm still doing the pine cones right here, and I can either go forward with this that makes it go just continuously, or I can use these little triangles that go stitch by stitch. And when I get close to where I want to be, I'll do it stitch by stitch. You can probably hear me click, click, clicking, and there they are. So it's making the white right here, and I don't want it. So I'm going to go back, 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 back. Okay, I've already made it go back. As you can see, it's right here in the pine cone. But I want it to go forward one dot, so it's just going to begin the color I want to change. So I'm going to go bop, and there it is right there. So now I'm going to say stop, and I'm going to change it to a different color. And I'll say okay. And notice now it's changed everything that was white into green. And if you look very closely, Look at his eye. Even around his eye is green, and around these pine cones it's supposed to be snow is green. So that's not quite what we want. So I'll show you how to get rid of just what we want to get rid of. And it involves the stitch simulator again. So we'll just use this little thing and go up here until we get to the green. And a lot of this green we want to get rid of, all of this. But once it starts going in and doing his eye and the snow, you see it doing the snow, right? Let's see back. See how it's going back, back, back on that leftmost pine cone? So right there, we want to say stop. And we can change that into a different color if we'd like. Let's make it a creamy color and say okay. So now that around his eye is now cream, and around here is cream, so that's the snow. So how does that help us get rid of this outside edge? Well, now we can open the objects panel again, scroll down here until we get to the thing that's green, highlight it and hit delete on your keyboard, and then notice you're left with exactly what you want. However, I think these little guys right here I'd like to make white, and I can do that simply by clicking here on the object in the objects panel and changing the color. And if I want to, I could sort by color name and just type in the word white and hit go, and there it is, and say okay. And now it has that white just as I'd like it. Now remember, I am making this into a patch. So I'm not exactly sure what version of Embrilliance you need to have to do this. I'll look it up and I'll put that in some text here. And if you need to get an updated or another module, please use my link down below. I have a coupon or a code name number for you, and it really helps to keep me going, and I just so appreciate it. So anyway, you're going to come up here to Utility, and you're going to say Add Patch Edge, and say Circle. And there's your beautiful patch edge, just like that. Okay, so here we are. We have the patch, as I said. Now, when I highlight this, it shows everything that makes up the cardinal and the other things that go with it. When I click on this, it shows me here the things that go with the patch. Right now, we have applique position and patch edge top stitch. I want to change mine because I want to have the applique position and the tack down and the top stitch. So I'm going to go right here to where it says interactive, and right now it says position and top stitch, and it comes to the material cut when complete, but I don't want to cut mine when it's complete. I'm going to use this drop down arrow, and what I want to do is I want to hand cut my fabric while it's in the hoop. So I'm going to click it on that. So now let's go back to the colors again, and you're going to see now we have three different things. We have the applique position, that's going to show us where to put our fabric. We have the applique material, also known as the tack down stitch, and then you'll have the top stitching. Well, I'm going to change the color of my top stitch just so we can see it more clearly to a green and say okay. So now let's go to the, and let's change this to a different color too so it's easier to notice. I'll change this to something else like a blue. Okay. See? Okay. So now we should have three colors in the very beginning. Let's go to the Stitch Simulator and check it out. Here's the Stitch Simulator. Okay. Check this out. We have the first circle, which is going to show us where to put our fabric for our patch. The next one is going to tack down the fabric for the patch, and then the final one is going to go around and around and around, and it's actually going to do the patch edge, and then it'll stop and do the other stuff. So I'm going to go to File, Save. I could save both my stitch and working file because I'm happy with this. So I'm going to save stitch and working, and I'll call it patch for YouTube, and I'll say save. So now I'm going to go ahead and this is what I do on my machine now. Here it is. Let's see, it should be patch for YouTube. Let's see. I think I need to close this because I had it open and reopen it so it shows up. Patch for YouTube, here it is right here. This is what I have the design database transfer for my brother machine. So I'm going to click on this and click my down arrow, and my sewing machine is already loaded here, so I can just say send it over there. It's transmitting it. It says it finished outputting the data. So now let me show you how I get the fabric ready and how I hoop it. Okay, to get my patch fabric ready, I spray it with Terial Magic and then press it with my little iron just to make sure that all the wrinkles are out and it's good to go. And next up, I simply hoop a piece of cutaway stabilizer. Okay, as you can see, I've pulled up my design here and I have my hoop in the machine and I'm ready to hit go. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to stitch the placement stitch so I know where to put my fabric. Okay, when that's completed, it automatically goes to step number 2, which means I place my fabric on top of here and just set it into place. And now it's going to do the tack down stitch. After the tack down stitch, I'll get my little scissors and I will cut very closely to it. Oopsie. Okay, now I'm going to cut very closely to this. Okay, and I probably will do this off of camera because it's kind of cumbersome. Okay, I've cut all of this around, and as you can see, I'm repurposing something. This is like a muslin. It was a little bag from J. Crew, and I'm just reusing it just for this. So the third step now is going to be all of the design that's going to go around my patch. When this is finished, doing all of the beautiful stitching around my patch, I'm going to continue doing the cardinal and the branch and the pine cones, etc. And then my patch will be complete. Okay, I finished stitching this one out. I have to trim it up a little bit. Remember, here's the other one. I made it a little different size because I made this one a little smaller for my friend's vest that she has. So now all I would do is pop this out of the hoop, and with my scissors very carefully, and I'm not going to do this much on here because I really have to watch what I'm doing, but very carefully trim close to the edge like that. And there is your beautiful patch. And by the way, I did look it up, and you need Merrily to be able to make patches like this. And if you watch it, look over to my computer screen right now. I'll just show you what you can do with Merrily. Okay, I'm on the Merrily site, and as you can see, it's on sale until October 27th. However, if you use my code down below, you can get another 10% off until October 25th. So that gives you 2 more days to get another 10% off, which is about another $20 almost. But some of the things that you get with Merrily are this. Well, here's a nice description of it. And then you get a bunch of new fonts. And what's really nice about these fonts is some of them can be wee, teeny, weeny, weeny, like this little Army Mini. Okay, it can be 4.5 millimeters tall. That is really, really tiny. And sometimes you need tiny. Look at this one, 4 millimeters tall. It's really great to have these really small ones, but then there are larger ones as well. And well, let's go back here. For the design library, you get all these different kind of designs that you can make on the fly, basically, for different patches, and they're really cool designs and shapes. And your words will automatically go right inside of here and be perfectly shaped just to fit there. It's really neat. All kind of designs. And then let's see what else. Specs. No, I don't really want to go to specs, I don't think. I wanted to go further. There was one more place that showed some cool stuff. Well, I mean, you can make these almost like police officer badges, you know, because they have the exact fonts that they use. And look at the shapes of these things. There's another one just right there. All kind of things that you can do with Merrily, and I really like it a lot. It's a lot of fun to use. So just think about it. You know, it's up to you. If you're in the market to buy something, use my link down below. I appreciate it. It helps me to keep Patty Ann's Place going, and it helps you because you'll save some money. So I hope you like this tutorial. If you did, please, please, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I'm so excited. My subscribers are just going up, and I just so thank you guys for that. Thank you, thank you. So see you all again soon. Bye for now.